Sticking out your lip for.
Lin, win, stone, you're mad for this one. Welcome to the Tiki bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I that me say, pure good vibes as soon as I reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday, girl, them bring the jelly. Sing out, Tiki, 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 Tiki. Bah, bah. As you arrive, respect each other. Step up to the bar, we are sister and brother. Nobody bring no bad mind thing in our convo. I deal with in the big and your free admission, don't be late. Open door policy, no apology. Winstone and Lynn, your friendly bartender. Real people here, no pretenders. Nights with friends, no hidden agendas. We talk the things, the red spot the things, them. Make we laugh, joke, cry if we have to. Big people things, turn up if we have to. Welcome to the Tiki bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I got me say, your good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday, a gal and bring the jelly. Sing out, Tiki, 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 Tiki bar. Sing again. Bye. Welcome to the Tiki bar. I want me say, BYOB. I got me say, pure good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday, girl, they bring the jelly. Sing on, Tiki, 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 Tiki bar. So,
Welcome to the Tiki bar. What's going on, family? Who's in the building? Let me give everybody a shout out that's in the building. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. If you got a storm coming your way, I hope you're prepared. Make sure you have the milk and water, eggs and butter and all them things that people buy. Yeah, man. We are in the building. I got back home from New York. For those of you that caught my quick live last night, I was just passing through. That was it. That was it. So, who's in the building? Who's in the building? Let me give you a shout out real quick. I got Season in the building. Blessing Season. Who else I got? I got Jamaican Shore Fishing, Mr. Jerry himself. I got Desert, Aunt Rose in the building. Desert Living. I got Butler Family Farm. Yeah, welcome in. I got Aaron Sue in the building. Mr. Get It Right himself, a.k.a. Mr. Reds himself. I'm the bartender. I'm share the drinks. All right? I got Italian Bushcraft in the building. Welcome in. Who else? Who else? Who else? Yeah. So, welcome to the Tiki bar on this cold, frigid Saturday evening. That's what I say. Hopefully you guys are indoors. If you have some cold weather coming your way this weekend, be prepared. All right. Have all your supplies. I got mine. All right. This is all I'm gonna need this weekend. Aside from food, I know say, as long as me have food on fire, yeah man, food for them. So, for my new subscribers, they've never been to the Tiki bar before. Guess what? I'm gonna give you the ground rules. So the ground rules is, as you come into the Tiki bar, smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you leave a like. Security, once you do that, security will give you your armband, and you can come up to the bar. All right, and you can start mix and mingle. All right. So we always have a spirited discussion, and guess what? It's all about respect. All right, we respect each other's opinions. We don't have to agree, but we have an understanding of why we feel the way we feel. Okay? So usually within the first about 15, 20 minutes after tiki bar, people usually, just like a regular bar, you meet with somebody you never met before and a mix and mingle and talk amongst the one another and all them thing there and all them thing there. All right? So I appreciate everyone that's here on the live, and thank you for being here. Okay? So I got Whistle Stop in the building, just checking in. Welcome in. I got the Bud Files. Welcome in, Bud. And again, if you haven't connected with somebody in here, make sure you go ahead and do so. All right. Who else we got? Oh, and last but not least, I have the link. It's pinned at the top of the chat. So anybody that wants to come up on to the step up to the bar and join the conversation, all you gotta do is click on the link. If it's not working, let me know, and I will definitely fix it. All right. And again, my bartender is Reds tonight. You know, Reds him always like give out drinks and all them thing there. So yeah, man. Make sure say if you don't have any drink requests, talk to Reds. Okay. But no, I appreciate everybody that's in the building. All right. So, what is the topic of discussion tonight? Well, I dropped it in the chat earlier in the week so you guys could kind of think about it. And for those that come up on the stage, you don't have to, of course, show your face if you're one of them shy people. If you're a content creator, I expect that you will show your face because you're not a shy person. You're a content creator. And here's my first. Jerry.
So, guys, bless up yourself and enough love and respect to each and every one of you guys. And I thank you guys. Yes, sir.
I can't see you, Jerry. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you, sir. Can you see
Okay.
me? Hold on. Let me get my camera closer because this is the laptop camera I'm using now. So, bless up yourself, each and every one of you, for jumping into Winstone Chronicles tonight. Just make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, and watch the ads when they come up, guys, because you know that every ads that you watch helps us create more content. And just know that enough love and respect to each and every one of you, and we thank you guys for jumping in tonight. All right, so we're just here tonight to. I'm here just doing some. You see me, I sweat, wet. But we're at Tiki bar and we have a room.
That's right. That's right.
We
Everybody
have a
bring
rum
it's
on the tiki bar. So make sure
BYOB. Okay.
make sure you have your rum. Bring your own bottle. B.O.B. Yep, bring your own bottle. And have your boom too.
Yeah.
So make sure you can blow up the thing. Boom! Ready up. So guys, yeah, lift up clutch tonight, guys. Lift clutch. Yeah, you know what I say lift clutch when you drive standard shift, you just lift clutch quick and fast in the first gear. And you know the tire start burn off and things start moving fast. You know what I'm saying? Pick up yourself, butter. Enough love and respect for you guys. But we're here
Yes,
on
Jerry.
Winston Chronicles. And I had to be the first up because me I cook one pot in I back. You hear the pressure cooker go on?
Yeah, me here Wagwan. Me
Yeah,
here
yeah, me have some
Wagwan,
red
man.
peas. Me have some red peas. So me don't cook some curry chicken, some dumpling, and some Irish potato and piece of yellow yam tonight. But everybody look for me and I say, "Yo, Jerry, boy, a Saturday, you know, you should go on with your chicken soup, you know, because you know,
Yeah.
say me chicken soup at the leak. So I chicken soup me I deal with right now, people. Me have the
Well,
pumpkin.
it's a good night feed. It's a good night feed.
Yeah. Me have the pumpkin a boiling right now, and the chicken a boiling right. Because you know, say the pumpkin have to mash out to get the
To
flavor and
get
the
that
thick.
flavor. Yeah, yeah.
Aye. So here we go on. We find two pumpkin. One up on the fence right now. I'm gonna pick it. I wish we can turn the camera and carry up the go show. No? I'm find one more pumpkin down here saying yeah, about three pumpkin down there because we did plant them by when, but them start beer now some big pumpkin. So we get the pumpkin now. I'm say, all right, some pumpkin soup and go on 9 night, yeah. Yes, I.
Yeah, man,
And
that's the perfect. This is the perfect weather feel because right
I
now
know.
it,
So
it, it is
we have a,
cold.
yeah. So with a special, I go on, Miss Charmian, no love and respect. Big up yourself. Big up
Yeah,
yourself,
Aaron's
Miss TikTok. Miss TT vibes. Big up yourself, Miss TT mix. No love and respect. Yeah, man. We're
she,
there, guys. We're there. We're there. AG Bond Jamaica. Enough love and respect to you always.
AG
Yeah,
in the
guys. No,
building.
you guys. The link is above, up top, pinned up above. So listen to me. Anyone you guys can jump up on the platform, please. And I'm wanting to do it, guys, because it's just not just me and certain other people that's always up here. Miss Marine Mom, Army and Mom. Big up yourself. Enough love and respect. So
Army
you
and
guys gotta
Marine
understand, it's
mom.
not just me alone. It's gonna jump up here, guys. So you guys need to jump up here and you guys need to share this love with Windstone Chronicles because this is an awesome platform and this is where you get to, and you might end up by a tiki bar physically and get some like, good food physically. You said, you know what, God, Miss
Yeah,
Tiki,
man.
tell him what, God.
So yo, Jerry, here's
Mm.
the question. I was just about to introduce the question of the night, and it's scrolling across the lower part of the screen or something. I fire for the button thing, and you know we not talk there. All right. So
Yes, big up Mama Lynn. Mama Lynn, enough love.
so anyway, Jerry. So we live in our world right now where everybody's a claims to be an expert, right?
Uh-huh.
So the question comes to mind is when did everybody become an expert? Like all of a sudden now, anybody can come on TV and say, I'm an expert. So first things first, since you're the first one on the panel, what have you been known to be an expert of? So tell the people
Well,
about your chat. Well, tell the people about your channel first,
all
what your
right,
channel
I'm
is
Jamaican
about,
shore fishing,
and then
guys.
why you're an expert. What you're an
I'm,
expert in.
I'm Jamaican shore fishing, and I have a fishing channel on YouTube here. I am a content creator, just like a lot of people here, and I create fishing content. Well, my type of fishing content is actually lure fishing, artificial bait, and I do this type of fishing in Jamaica because there wasn't a lot of people doing it when I started it, and this was about 5 years ago. And I've been doing lure fishing since I was younger. And my cousin seen that I was very good at it. He's like, Jerry, why don't you just do lure fishing instead of drop line fishing? So I specialize in fishing, lure
Mhm.
fishing, and using artificial bait to catch large fish. So I I specialize in it, and everybody says I am the barracuda hunter. I'm barra man, and because I think out of 700 videos, I think out of 700 of those videos, I think about 600 of them is a barra kill. So
Okay.
everybody's like, yo, the barra hunter, and that's because I've gained my success in barracuda fishing because I love catching them. They're a predator, and I like catching predators. So,
So you're a hunter of hunters.
exactly. So they hunt and I hunt them. So and it's fun, and I mean I enjoy it. I enjoy every second of it, and I fish a lot. I went out this morning. I didn't get much, but I did get a nice hit, and it was the most beautiful fish that I've seen. And stay tuned for that because it's still on the camera.
Coming up soon. All right. So that being said, what does the internet think you're an expert in?
Lure fishing. So if you Google me, Jamaican shore fishing on Google. No, not Jamaican shore fishing. If you Google lure fishing on Google in Jamaica, I guarantee you 99.9% chance you're gonna see me pop up like this. Check it out. No joke.
All right.
Google lure fishing in Jamaica, guys, and I guarantee you will see me pop up just like this in every single video and picture.
All right.
And I'll show you guys why later. Pick up
All
yourself.
right. So yeah. Well, I'm about to ask you the question. So in the world of experts versus confidence, what makes because you it used to be confidence was your credentials, for most people. So now it's everybody's an expert all of a sudden in something. So what do you think? Why people would say you're an expert? I won't say why
Right.
you think you're an
Why
expert.
why do
Why?
you say I'm an expert? Because I'll go on a spot and in less than 5 minutes, 99.9 chance, I'm hooking onto something. Most spots that I aim to, The game is called fishing and not hooking. So there's times where I go to a spot and I don't catch stuff, guys. So I don't want you to be misinterpreted by that because there's
Mm-hmm.
times where I went like this morning. I went out and I wasn't catching nothing, and that one snapper that I hooked this morning saved my life because I wouldn't have gotten the video if it wasn't for that one snapper. That one snapper decided to be greedy and seen that pretty lure and smashed it. And Winstone, it was one of the lures that you sent me.
Okay, okay. That's
Yuzuri Crystal Minnow with that black back and the silver side, and they murdered him today.
yeah. So basically,
Yes.
what you're saying is just because you're an expert doesn't mean you're always going to be right,
No, it doesn't
right?
mean you're gonna be dead on all the time. There's times where you're gonna make errors, you're gonna make blunders, and you're gonna trip and fall. I mean, it's just natural for a human being to trip and fall at times. Because there's times I'm walking out the driveway and I've done it 150 times. And you step on that one pebble and you get that pinch nerve, or you slip and fall on your ass, and you're laughing like, how the hell did that happen? But there's a pebble in the driveway that you didn't clean, so it's your fault.
Right, right.
You made that
So
error.
so you would say people are going to hold you to a higher standard because you claim to be an expert in certain things, right? So
Exactly.
they don't expect you to make mistakes because you're
No, because
technically an expert.
you're a pro.
So pro and expert. So yeah, there you go. So kind of
Exactly. So desert living said when you trip and fall, you learn and then you
you
improve, which
improve,
helps
which helps
make you
make
an
you an
expert.
expert.
So yeah. So desert living. So me fishing so many times, I've hooked on so many big fish and they got away. And then I've hooked on one of the biggest one and I've caught them. So it's like me losing so many big fish. I've learned the mistake I've made, and I have a video coming up, guys. I have that on the camera too, of a gentleman that hooked on to 7 snooks yesterday on the beach,
Hmm.
and every time he hooked on, he popped a 30-pound leader, and he kept on making this mistake, and I kept on explaining to him the mistake, and he kept on doing it until he reached about the seventh one. Then he was like, "Oh, I think I did this wrong." I'm like, "Well, bro, I told you 7 times not to do it, and you still did it." And
And he still got 7 fish.
no, he lost seven,
Oh, he
seven
lost
snooks.
7 fish. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, so then more people would say, as an
Yeah,
expert, right? As an
because
expert,
there's times where you're out there and you hit a fish, Winstone, and the fish is running, and you're trying to manhandle it, and your line is not strong enough to manhandle it, but you can still land the fish.
yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like they
And
go in with the
some
impression,
of it is luck too, right? But you still have to know what you're doing.
yeah, 10-pound lines, and you can manhandle, you can land a 30-pound fish on a 10-pound to a 6-pound line.
Fact, fact.
And well, a person is going, I need 80-pound line to handle. No, you don't need 80-pound line. You just need to finesse and you just need to know how to fight a fish and take your time and just relax and get that fish tired till he floats up and bring that fish in.
Okay. So see what Desert says. She said the more mistakes you make, the more you learn. So with that, with
And
her, with
and
that, with that being said, does that really make you an expert? Because that means you're always learning, right? So you can never be like a hundred
no,
percent an
all right,
expert, right? I'm
no
just asking your
dogs,
opinion,
no dogs is too old to learn new tricks.
right?
I don't care what nobody tell me. Every day that I walk out my house, every day that I speak to somebody different, every day that I see something different, I learn something new. And every day I see someone that's better than me in it.
Right, right, exactly.
So,
So no
guys,
matter
it's a
no
matter
matter what
of
you do
seeing
in life, yeah.
it's a matter of seeing that better person than you doing it and enhance with them.
So who would you consider an expert, like
So,
in your field?
in my field of lure fishing, Cavi, Brooksy, people like Brett Thompson in Trinidad. You have in Jamaica here one of my top lure fishermen in Jamaica here right now, top notch. That's here among me. That's Jay Z Fishing JA. That young man, that boy is a boss. That young man, he's in school now studying marine biologist. I met up with him once or twice and fished with him once or twice. But Jay Z Fishing JA, is amazing. He lives in Black River. He's from Black River, and that kid is amazing.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you
He,
another question now because you said you're just giving advice to that one guy. He wouldn't listen to you, right? And he finally listening. Well, he lost 7 fish.
yeah,
So is there if you ever argued, and this is just hypothetical, if you ever argued online, what topic should people stop giving advice on?
oh,
That's a tough one.
women, women.
Ah, now is that men giving advice on women or women giving advice on women?
No, men giving advice on women. Stop it.
Because
Stop it.
there's just some things you're not going to be an expert on, right?
A better woman tells me about another woman. Like, hey, listen to me, don't do this. Huh, huh, but you know what I'm saying? There's a living. You got to understand.
she's
Don't men
she's
better not give me advice on women. It's not good. It's not going to be a good outcome at the end of the day because
yeah,
you
she is
made those
she's
choices
cracking
already.
up. She's cracking up. But yeah,
That's
you
right.
find that people give advice all the time, and that's goes back to my this whole discussion. We're talking about experts, right? Because
That's right.
you see it all the time, right? Like for example, there's uh, a situation where law enforcement happens to be involved in whatever it is. I'm not going to even pick any particular situation. And then all of a sudden, there's some guy that comes on the screen and he's like, "Oh, this guy spent 20 years in law enforcement. He's an expert,
Yeah.
right?" But me as a law enforcement professional, I'm thinking to myself, is he really an expert or is he just in the field of law enforcement? You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't done everything in the field of law enforcement, right? Just
Exactly.
just
And
like
he's
you haven't
probably
done
having that
everything in fishing. But go ahead, go ahead.
because you know that there's a certain degree of training that you have to go through to reach certain levels. And if you haven't done certain training, then you can't just jump a step.
Right.
Yeah. So
Because you
yeah,
have to
man.
go through levels and to so to me like
So
an expert has done at least one thing in each part of their
so
field.
Lisa Stocks, welcome in. Lisa Stocks is
Welcome
cracking
in,
up.
Lisa.
Lisa's cracking up, and she's like, okay. So she said the right comparison doesn't match.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
mean, it makes sense, right? Like you're saying you're an expert, but yet you haven't done everything in that field, right? So like
exactly.
me personally, I haven't done I have some expertise in some of the things I've done in law enforcement, but I've never been a street cop. I've never done, you know, uh forensics. I haven't done like all the different facets of law enforcement. I haven't done. So to me it's like how can I can only give you an answer to something that I know about. I shouldn't be commenting on something that I haven't done. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in law enforcement, I'm not an expert in the entire field of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Just like you're a fisherman, but you're not an expert in it in every aspect of fishing.
No, 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 no. I would never say that I'm the perfect fisherman that I know everything about fishing. No, I don't. I learn new stuff every day, and how would you say someone enhance their knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
And that's by you taking a course to enhance your knowledge, or you traveling to some place to enhance your knowledge on that type of fishing, or trying a different type of method of fishing, or whatever the case might be. So there's always, in my book, there's always ways of creating content in fishing because fishing is always lovely. No matter whatever I go, whether I go live or whether I film a video of drop line fishing, setting lines, or whatever case. Just like today, I
Mm-hmm.
went snook fishing. It wasn't successful, but at the end of the day, I hooked a snapper while fishing for snook. So the video drastically changed to something else. But there was like 10, like 4 or 5 subscribers there.
Mm-hmm.
And not only 4 or 5 subscribers that was there on the beach. And as soon as I got to the beach, Barracuda. I'm sitting there like, what the hell, bro? I just walked on the beach and I have four people looking at me at the same time, like, Barracuda. Bless up yourself, Margaret. Mr. Jetty, bless up yourself. Muslim the government. So I get on the beach and I hear Barracuda. The barra hunter is here. And I'm sitting there like, okay, hi guys, bless up yourself, good morning. And it's like, then I heard and I seen one of Hartman's Adventures subscriber on the beach. Uncle Bertie was there. Uncle Bertie was actually on the beach this morning fishing with me this morning. I felt so pleasured. And he was like, Jerry, oh my God, bro, it's been a while. And I'm like, I felt so good because it was Cuz's idea to go to that beach this morning based on what happened yesterday. So I was like, all right, Cuz, let's go and let's go try it out. It's not one of my beaches that I like to fish, but on the behalf of you, let's go down there and see it. And they was there this morning. We got live bait. We was fishing with live bait this morning and some other stuff. But you guys stay tuned for that video. I'm not even going to get into all this on Windstone Chronicles because we're not going to stray off our topic because you guys is expertise in what you do.
But then,
So
as you say, and kind of going back to what you mentioned, right? So everybody knows you as the barracuda. So basically, you are the expert in barracuda fishing based on what you
exactly,
have
barracuda
seen,
fishing and hunting them, knowing their
right?
environments, how they eat, the habitats.
So,
Yeah.
and that makes sense because, again, when we talk about experts, we expect that if somebody comes to you and say, Jerry, oh, what's the best lure to use on a barracuda, or what's your technique to hunt? They expect you to know the answer to that question, right?
Yeah, man, for real, for real.
I got trans gamers in the building. Welcome in. So
Okay.
going back to so again,
Expertise.
guys, as you come in, make sure you smash the like button.
That's right.
Again, anyone that wants to come up to the Tiki bar, join the conversation, you're always welcome to do so. You don't
And,
have to
and
show your face.
and just remember,
Okay.
we in the bar, guys, and BOB. Bring your own bottle. Just like that on the Tiki bar. Winston, you froze for a second. That's right, guys. Smash that like button. Gamer X, welcome in, welcome in. Winston, you hear me? Winston. Yo. All right, guys. I think Winston paused for a second. I don't know what happened. But welcome in, guys. Let's please like, share, subscribe, and smash that thumbs up. Reds, bless up yourself. Bridge off Wi-Fi. So, guys, I'm here. Jamaican Shore Fishing is with Winston Chronicles tonight on the live tonight. Smash that thumbs up. And guys, you guys know the topic. What do you feel you're a specialist in? What do you feel that you're an expert in, guys? And why are you an expert in it? And what makes you an expert in it? Right, guys? That's what's up. We're here. We now go drop the live because Winston jump off. We still up on the live. We're not shift. I want to know. Marine Army Mom, bless up yourself. Enough love and respect. Cheers, roasting, roasting gag. Bless up yourself. Enough love and respect. Same way. AG born Jamaican. Bat. Welcome in. Welcome in. KFC fan home, Miss TikTok. Miss CT Mix. Yeah, man. Have your rum, guys. Have your rum. That's right. Yeah, man. Tiki bar, do it tonight, guys. That's what's up. Don't tone Wi-Fi. What do you mean don't tone Wi-Fi? Smash that like button, guys. Welcome to the Tiki bar tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, and watch your ads. Jamaican Shore Fishing is here tonight with you tonight on Windstone Chronicles channel tonight. But you know, say I cook pot. Me have pot I cook. I tell you this, I have a pot I cook pan on fire, just like that. And guys, let me tell you something. Know where yourself. Bless up yourself. Enough love and respect to you, Special K, my baby. Where you at? Big up yourself. Me know say I come back already, brother. Me have the thing locked. Don't you have to worry yourself.
All right,
Your brother have your
I'm
back.
back.
We have the thing locked, and you now run and yo, I'm you. Rupships.
I'm back. Jerry,
Yo,
thanks for holding it down, man. I lost power. So this storm, my people, for those of you who don't know, there's a winter storm coming up the East Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast. So I just lost power initially and my internet went out.
I'm after right. Run out. I don't light up the wood fire. Look while.
Fire for that.
Up,
but
fire up
but
the
you
one,
know
there,
what?
guys. Laps.
I know what the problem is because Miss TT is in the building. Every time Miss TT come in my live, she bridge my Wi-Fi and my Wi-Fi go out. So Miss TT,
I miss TT mix ice storm, not you.
stop teeth my Wi-Fi. She always abridge my Wi-Fi.
Jaja God.
So I Chef Roasting Gag, welcome in the building.
Mm.
Yeah, guys, sorry about that. That might happen a couple more times. Hopefully not tonight, but the snow hasn't even started yet. This is just the initial stages of it. So, Jerry, thanks for holding it down for me.
How about you,
So
bro?
let me let me get back to the the conversation. So we're talking about, for those of you that just checked in, we're talking about everybody these days is an expert, right? Or a so-called expert. And we answer the question, what really makes somebody an expert? And some people mention that you have to be in a certain field for a certain amount of years, and you're continuously learning. So that, I guess, the term expert is kind of subjective because you still haven't learned everything. You'll never learn everything in your entire life, right? So in any given field, right? So are you really an expert? That's the question. Are you ever? Is anyone even considered to be an expert? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what do you think, Jerry? Is anybody ever really considered to be a full expert?
As I said, jack of all trades, master of none. So, guys, but there's certain things that God has blessed you with, that gift, and how good you are at it. So we cannot deny the that master power of the Father that created us, guys. On the levels, I don't know how many people that believes in that, but like I said, um, everybody's blessed with a gift, and I strongly believe in that. And everybody has a special talent.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of just blooming that flower the right way.
So like Season just said, you must have mastered something in 20 years. It it's
Yeah.
just like we bake cakes, we bake plenty of cakes, but we're not experts when it comes to all cakes, but we could be confident enough to try. So,
So
season, I'm
all
I'm
said and
glad you
done.
said that. I'm glad you said that
Yes.
because actually segues into my next comment. So, talking about confidence over credentials, right? So when did confidence beat credentials, right? So your credential is your calling card, basically. All right. So for example, Jerry's credential is that he's an expert fisherman, right?
That's right.
And Jerry could meet somebody on the beach that potentially is an expert, but could be considered not an expert because he don't have all the experience, but he has all the confidence of an expert. So when does confidence beat credentials?
That's right.
When does
So,
that's the question. When does confidence beat credentials?
listen, me no mean to cut you, but here I
Uh-huh.
go, guys. Me a pot on fire.
All right.
So So here
So
I
me,
go on,
me,
guys. No,
so me
no.
go hold on that question. I think go and go take care of the pot. Just
Go
pause
on, go
out.
match up in the guy. Me, I want pot pan fire. Me, I put my soup on Roops. No, no, I go on. Jamaican shore
Yeah.
fishing, guys. I think I shoot a video upon this tonight, but I'm trying to cook pot to eat. So
All right, Jerry. Go and go take care of the pot.
we just jump in real quick and showing our real vibes, guys. And make sure you like up the live, guys, and don't forget to share out the video to a friend and tell a friend.
That
And
is
you
it.
look, you say when someone never cook no food tonight, and dead for hungry. But big up. All
All
right.
right, Jerry. Respect, man. Thanks for your opinion, my brother. I appreciate you. All right, my people. So back to the question, right? So again, anybody else that wants to come up, Jerry, thanks again, my brother. If you guys haven't been on Jamaican shore fishing, make sure you check him out. Go on his page, subscribe to his channel. Jerry is a very great supporter of other YouTubers as well. So Jerry has a Wednesday night live. All right, and that's where I'm over there every Wednesday religiously. I think it's 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, and he's all about connecting YouTubers together on this in this community. So Jerry, respect. Thanks for coming up. Anyone else that want to come up to the bar, step up whenever you want. All you gotta do is click on the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. If it's not there, I'm gonna pin it again. One sec. Give me 1 second. Copy. I'm gonna put this back in the live stream because I know I lost my live stream. So let me pin this back in there. Oh, I got AG in the building. Okay, so I guess it's working. Give me 1 second here. AG,
Yes, blessings, blessings.
I can't hear you, bro. Your speaker's off. Turn on your speaker. Turn on your microphone. Nope, still not hearing you. All right, so AG's gonna try to come back up, fix his microphone issues. And once he's ready, we'll get him back up. All right, so I just pin it back. Well, I just put the live back in it. I'm gonna pin it again. So it's fresh because we lost some power. So again, my people, if you see the the um the stream go out, it's probably because one or two things. Either I lost power because of the storm or Miss TT abridged my Wi-Fi. So one of those two things. Not necessarily in that order. So, as I was saying, anyone that wants to come on up, join the conversation. And while we're at it, I just wanted to let you guys know we are starting on the channel. We're gonna be doing monthly giveaways um, starting at the end of this month. So if you have been watching my uh, regular channel, my cooking channel, you have seen that I've been on the African tour. All right, so I've been doing an African infusion from different foods from different parts of Africa combined with Jamaican fusion. And next month I'm getting ready to. I think I'm going to do a tour of Europe. So I asked the question anybody that wanted to do what country should I go next to do my fusion, and so far the most votes I've gotten so far is Germany. So I'm just going to make it a broad thing and I'm going to go with Europe because there's so many countries in Europe. So for the month of February, I'm going to be doing a European fusion. All right. But we're going to pick a country every week out of the month and maybe twice a week because there's so many countries in Europe and we're going to do that. So that's the other side of the channel. All right. So, and we're, as I said, we're going to start doing a monthly giveaway. We're not going to tell you guys what it is until we make a decision. And that's all based on the criteria is that people, the people, no matter if you're a content creator or not, if you come up on my live stream, my Tiki bar, if you come up to the bar and you join in the conversation, you will be a part of that drawing for that month and you will receive a mystery gift. All right. And for those that have ever received a gift from me, I give out the good, you know the other word. I give out the good stuff for you dirty minded people. All right. So, yeah. So I got Joan Dawkins in the building. Welcome in. Joan's in London. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure you join the conversation. All right. So can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, give me a one in the chat so I know you guys are still here because I'm kind of using my phone and my iPad at the same time because Miss Titi's over here stealing my Wi-Fi, and then the storm is coming. So just put a one in the. There we go. All right, cool, 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 cool. So you guys can still hear me because I'm not getting the updates on the iPad. So anyway, back to the conversation. So when Jerry left, we were talking about when did confidence beat or replace credentials. All right. So there are people out there that are actually very confident in the way they come across or the way they explain things, right? So someone might be very versed in a particular skill because they have read the manual. All right. So they have read the manual, but does that really make them an expert? So I'm still waiting. Somebody can, until somebody is brave enough to come up to the Tiki bar. Jerry had to leave season. Jerry's cooking, so he can only do one thing at a time. All right. Remember I always said there's no such thing as multitasking. It's multi-sequencing. Okay. You can only do one thing at a time. So Jerry had to take care of his soup. And so we're gonna give him a hard time if him bun soup. All right. So if we hear say Jerry bun some soup, yeah man, fire for that. All right. So back to the question. So does confidence take the preference over credentials, right? So credentials mean that you have everything, you've been to training, you know, you have a doctorate in, building paper planes, all right? So you have a doctorate in building paper planes, but then there's some kid that's like 8 years old that can build the ultimate paper plane, right? And then who's the expert? Who do you consider the expert? Right, so I'll go on.
Yo, Win, big up yourself. You know I can't stay long because I'm still
I
running
don't
the
know
other
why I'm not
stream.
hearing you.
You can hear me? Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me
me,
okay?
Reds?
You can hear me?
Training, you know,
Can you hear me
you
okay,
have a
guys?
doctorate in, training, Reds.
Can you hear me okay, guys?
So I'm not hearing you on the iPad, but I can definitely hear you on the phone.
Hold on, let me see what I'm going.
So I'm not hearing you on the iPad, but I can definitely hear you on the phone.
Hold on, let me see what I'm going.
So I'm not hearing you on the iPad, but I can definitely hear you on the phone.
You can hear me okay, right?
Everybody said they can hear you.
But you can't hear me?
You can hear me okay, right? Yeah, I can hear you on my phone. I'm not hearing on my iPad.
You can't hear me?
No,
Okay, either
not
way,
on
I
the
just
iPad,
wanted,
but I can hear on the phone.
yeah, I
So
just
go
wanted to
ahead.
stop by. I'm
So
running
Reds, you're
another
up
stream at
here.
the same time. I'm also supporting Novelty. I'm supporting you. So I thought I'd come up for a minute just to show some love. And what makes you an expert? Listen, nobody will ever truly be an expert. We can only go by what we know, by what knowledge we have, what we've learned, and we can basically just base it off of that. So we do have some expertise, but to say I'm an expert, I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever be an expert until we know every ins and out, every possible scenario that can go wrong. And, we're just not built like that to say that we are fully experts. That's just my opinion, though, right? We're just not built like that to say that we are fully experts. That's just my opinion, though, right? We're just not built like that to say that we are fully
Okay.
experts.
I mean, that makes
That's just
sense.
my opinion, right?
That makes sense. I mean, so technically, based on what you're saying, no one should ever be considered a full expert, right?
No, but someone has the expertise
No one should
based
ever
on
be
the
considered a
information
full
provided.
expert, right?
No, but someone has the expertise based on the information provided. No, but someone has the expertise based on the information provided. No, but someone has the expertise. Why is it looping like that?
Okay.
Based on the information provided.
So season
Why is it looping like that?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
weird.
know what's going on. Hold on.
T-
Let me turn the
TT,
volume up.
give back the man his Wi-Fi, man. Stop teeth the
Can you
people
hear
that
me, Reds?
Wi-Fi.
Let's try this again.
TT.
I think TT's bridging my Wi-Fi again.
She's such a savage, man.
Or is it? Well, Reds, are you on? Is it because you're on your
No, I'm on a whole different
your
device.
live as well?
I'm on a whole different device.
Again, I don't know. Getting a lot of technical difficulties here. Can you hear me, Reds?
I can hear you perfectly clear.
Again, I don't know. Getting a lot of technical difficulties.
Okay,
here.
let me drop
Can
down
you
and
hear
come
me,
back
Reds?
up. I can hear you perfectly clear.
Again, okay. I don't know. Getting a lot of technical difficulties. What do you keep?
Let me drop down and come back up.
Okay.
I can hear you perfectly clear.
Okay. Getting a lot of technical difficulties. What do you keep?
Let me drop down and come back up.
Okay.
Perfectly clear.
Okay. Getting a lot of technical difficulties. What do you keep?
Let me drop down.
All right. Can you guys hear me? All right. Can you guys hear me?
Let's try this again.
There we go.
Is it better?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. It's strange.
That's perfect. It's Miss TT bridging the Wi-Fi. That
TT,
usually
stop
happens.
teeth the people that have Wi-Fi, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to come over here and say what's up. Show some support, brother. We're here supporting different channels, but definitely the Tiki Bar is one of them. We have to show love to, and yeah, big up yourself, Winstone.
Yeah, man. Blessings, bro. I got Belt Loop in the building.
Belt Loop, big up yourself.
I got Living and Cooking just checked in, welcoming.
Yes,
I didn't
Cooking.
want to skip this. I know you ain't gonna be here long, Rez, but I didn't want to skip this one from Season. So Season said there are no experts. It's like you just keep learning as you go along. Perhaps
Yeah.
over the years we just get better at what we do.
I agree with that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, Sister Charmin in the building. Blessing sis.
Bishop Charmaine, Bishop Charmaine, how you doing? Welcome in.
So yeah, no, I agree. I actually agree with that. But like I was talking to Jerry about, it's like there's like this thing where everything that happens these days, there's an expert. All of a sudden now there's an expert for everything. So these whatever situation in the media will bring in a guy and says, hey, this guy's an expert, Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, so they're like, oh, this guy's an expert or this lady's an expert in this, and then all of a sudden you're listening. So there have been times I'm watching the TV, right? And I've seen a situation like a law enforcement situation, and I'm hearing this person that says, yeah, and they introduce him as an expert, right? And all of a sudden you're listening and you're like, that's not true. Have you ever come across a situation like that?
I've heard that stuff before. Yes, absolutely.
And who's to call them out to say, well, what you're putting out is bad data. You know what I'm saying? Because again, confidence doesn't beat credentials, right?
You might think you know, but you don't know.
Right. And the people, I feel like, so you think social media has something to do with that? Is that?
I would say social media, Chat GPT. There's a lot of stuff that will give you that wrong information based on what was inputted in the computer for them to type that stuff up.
See there, you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah, it's human error still.
Because if you put in garbage, you spit out garbage.
Exactly.
So I'll ask you the same question that I ask Jerry. What topic should people stop giving advice on online?
Well, there's
Jer-
lots of it, but life is not one of them because life, you never know what's coming at you. You know, no one's an expert in life, so that one
uh,
you can never figure out. But I don't know. Honestly, it's just to each his own. You got to follow what you believe or what you think makes sense. And if you do your own research, then you can base it off of the different researches that you did to kind of gauge which one seems more logical. You know what I mean? But
hmm
you can't just follow one person and expect that person to know everything or that site to know everything or that prompt to know everything because even the AI, when you type in the bad information, even with the good information, AI still spits out the wrong thing. So
hmm
no matter what you do, you just have to base it on your research. You can't just go by one person, what one person said. You need to go find out what 50 people said if you have to, and then kind of figure it out in between yourself. My
Yeah.
personal opinion.
No, and I agree because see, like Army Mom said, that social media has a role in it, and if you look at influencers, right? For example, so in some senses, people will take information from influencers over, say, a doctor.
People take information from Google over a doctor.
Oh,
So
you know what I'm saying? So social media does have a big role in like
absolutely,
what people
absolutely.
believe and do not believe in these days. You know, so it's almost like visibility is has taken the place of wisdom. You know, there used to be a time where you wouldn't even listen to someone if they didn't have some kind of age on them. You know, if we want to put it in that context, right? So if it wasn't a grandmother like our grandparents saying, "Hey, don't do this," right? Most times we wouldn't even listen. You know, now you have, and I'm not taking anything away from a 20-year-old or 18-year-old, but an 18-year-old giving advice on, like you said, on life.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you really know?
you're right. You know, what is your job description? I'm a life coach. And how old are you? I'm 35. You know, it's just you haven't lived any life yet. You know.
This live or this thing?
Sorry, my son's in the background.
Okay, okay, no problem.
It can't be seen on camera.
So what I see season said, I think you better. I think you could be better than others at something, and then you get called the expert because you know more, but you don't know everything. Yeah, and I mean, it goes back to the question. You know, whoever really was an expert, right? I think we used to base expertise on age, right, and the amount of life experience that you have.
Yeah.
You know.
It used to definitely be based on age at one point.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like it's based on your influence, right? So people tend to believe the people with more influence. So the more reach you have, which again in this space it'll be social media. So the more subscribers you have, the more people that follow your channel, you're able to influence more people,
Just think
and
of
it
it this
doesn't.
way. You remember, like in the villages when they turn to the elder. The elder is the one that knows everything. Doesn't necessarily need to know everything. He just knows what he knows and what he survived by. So
That's right.
he's gonna preach that information that could be completely incorrect. But he's the elder, so he knows more. He's the expert. But it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that in real life.
And it could be correct, but it's correct for the time frame that that person lived that
Well,
experience.
yeah, based on
You,
experience.
you know what I'm saying? So if, for example, he went through a situation where I'll give you the perfect example. Remember when your parents or grandparents used to say, you know, I used to walk a mile to school, right?
Yep.
And you're like, well, we have school buses now, you know. So, but it doesn't make them wrong. It was just the era that they lived in, right? They're telling you from their experience that this is the best option. This was the best
Yeah.
option back then. So they're not wrong in the information or the data that they're giving you. It's just that for the time frame that they're giving you is based on what they knew back then. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Well, when the elders told you to go grab 2 leaf and rub them together and put them up your nose and you'll be good in the morning, it's not like the same with a doctor right now. It gives you a pill, and this pill actually scientifically goes to your system and cleanses out what the issue is. They could both be right, but we'll never know, right? There's just different
Yeah.
approaches.
But you know what? It's kind of funny you say that because everybody's going back to
Yeah,
bush
everybody's
remedy.
going back. Everybody's going back
Everybody's
to
going back
natural
to bush remedy.
remedies
Yeah, yeah,
because the
yeah.
side effects of all these pills and all the stuff that we're taking now is hurting all of us in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I got this big boss lady in the building. Boss lady,
Big
what's
boss
going
lady.
on? You know. So
That's is that the virtual big boss or is that the real big boss?
that's what I was just about to say. I still haven't. I got my VR too. I just haven't
Yeah, I
connected with
heard.
her
I was on
yet.
her live and I heard her talking about you guys. But she's waiting for you to go up and join in.
I got you, boss lady. I'm a link up with you, but I had to make a trip up to New York this weekend, as you guys might have seen on
Yeah, we
my
saw you
link from.
freezing. You couldn't even hold
Oh
your phone
man,
in
it
your
was.
hand.
Oh
And
my
I
God, it
see
was,
now. You know how I feel, buddy.
bro. This you're an expert at the cold right now because I don't
Oh,
want
my
no
hands are
parts of
cold. I
that.
gotta switch my phone. I can't hold it in one hand. I'm like you. I'm like you bugger you. I'm looking at this guy say you bugger
Bro,
you. Now you know how I feel.
it was like -17 last night.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, or it felt like -17 is what it
Well,
felt
it's
like
negative
last night.
21 here now. Negative
No, bro.
37 with the wind chill. So you know.
Oh, boss lady, you got to come up and get up on the panel too, because I know you got some things to say. I'm old. I probably have a lot of experience. I know Belt Loop does too. Yeah.
Nice.
So, well, yeah, no, it's interesting to see, like you said, how times have changed and how where people get their information from, um, especially with the social media and how it kind of controls the narrative now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said. I think you said it before, Red, but this quote right here that I'm looking at right now actually makes sense. It said, "Everybody got a mic, but not everybody got a message."
Straight, straight. No
Uh,
doubt. Well, I got to get going, but thank you for having me up, Winstone, because I'm supporting some other people as well.
oh
But
yeah, no, I
it's always a
appreciate you,
pleasure
bro.
coming up here to the Tiki Bar. You're still posted on my channel, so I'm still sending people over there. And yeah, just keep it going, brother. Keep the conversation going and keep it real.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you for coming up, man. I'm sure there's some other scaredy cats that's gonna come step up to the bar real soon.
Big boss lady, step up to the bar, man. Let's go. All right, guys,
So,
take care. I'm in the background still, okay, Win?
all right, brother, I
Yeah, man.
appreciate you.
Bless up.
All right, so when it comes to expertise, since no one's up on the live right now, I'm gonna ask the chat. So, is it better to stay in your lane or no? So there are situations where you'll see people giving, I won't say bad advice. Yeah, bad advice or incorrect advice. And you as a person, you know better. You're like, okay, I have a little bit more experience in this situation. Is it okay to kind of stay in your lane and not say anything, or is it better to give out that advice and be like, well, that's not true or that's not correct. So do you stay in your lane or no? Let me know in the chat, or if you're feeling brave, you can step up on the bar. I know Desert wanna come up and chat with me, right, Desert? Right, Desert? But yeah, let me know in the chat. What do you guys think about just you know you see someone on TV that claims to be an expert and they're giving advice as an expert, but yet you know you have a little bit of expertise yourself, and you're like, that's not true. So do you stand up and say something, or do you just kind of let it go and let this person? put out bad data and everybody runs with it. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat or come up on the live and talk to me. Let me know what you think. And at the same time, if you haven't hit the like button yet, make sure you go ahead and tap the like stream and share it out with your friends so I can get some brave souls to come up here and talk with me and have some fun. And like I said, I hope you guys are actually, you know what? I don't know if I'm frozen. So please, somebody leave a 1 in the chat so I know I'm still live, because my Wi-Fi keeps going in and out between the storm and Miss TT bridging my Wi-Fi. So let me know. I'm still trying to check and make sure it shows that I'm still live. Okay. So I'm still here. There we go. My brother from another mother. What's going on?
What's up, Winstone? Good to see you, brother.
How's the weather treating you down there, brother?
Oh, it's not bad. I just threw on all this stuff to be comfortable.
Okay. I was like, I thought she was out shoveling snow, man. I was like, wow. Did you guys get hit yet?
It's not really that bad, really. I mean, it's a little cold, but I was sitting there with my dogs, and and I thought maybe I ought to put on. I was getting a little cold, so I thought I'd throw on my coveralls and some socks, maybe. So I figured I might as well throw on my hoodie while I was at it. So,
oh, trust me, I had about 4 layers on last night, and then coming back from New York this morning. So yeah.
Hey, you were looking sharp, no question about it.
I appreciate it. I was at a friend's retirement. So a friend of mine, he did 35 years in law enforcement, so he retired last night. So I couldn't miss that. I had to go up there,
Over here in Mississippi, they're starting to on the PERS system, which is the retirement system. Mm-hmm. They've just increased it to where this year, I think it's in March, it's supposed to take effect. You got to go 35 for a full retirement.
That's a long time.
It is. That's a long time, and they've changed it to where it's they automatically deduct or take 9%. Put right now on mine 9% they put towards pension. All right.
Okay.
But the new one, only 4% is going to go towards pension. The other 5% is going to go towards like a 401k. So they're splitting it up now, and so it's going to be weird. But there is a thing going on where they're trying to bring it back down to 25 years for law enforcement, because things are different for different officers, I'm sure, and different
departments
jobs
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And so some officers have seen a whole lot, and by the time they're even 5-10 years in, but not everybody's made for it.
Well, I'm glad you came in, because then, so you think 35 years on the job makes somebody an expert?
I think it can make you an expert in some things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that anybody knows it all. But if you have enough experience with something, you can kind of, with a high degree of probability, predict what a given outcome is given a certain set of circumstances. Mm-hmm. So but it's expert. I don't know. I think that may be as close to an expert as you see, depending on the individual, I guess.
Yeah, and that's so. Yeah, and that being said, is there anything the internet thinks you're an expert in?
Say it one more time.
I said, is there anything that you think the internet thinks you're an expert in? You personally, like, what do you Is there anything you think anybody thinks you're an expert in?
Well, I'm hoping that they think I'm an expert in speaking redneck, but I don't know. I don't consider myself an expert on anything. I'm pretty good with some things, but even then, there's a lot of people know a lot more than me. So, are you familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect?
I think you mentioned that before.
I probably have. It tends to be.
Explain it again, because I think there was a lot of people here that haven't heard it. So,
Okay. All right, I'll be glad to explain it. The Dunning-Kruger effect is basically where people think they are an expert. It has to do with being an expert. And some people think that their knowledge is so widespread on a given subject that you can't tell them anything. The problem is the information they've got is like that. As an individual grows and learns, typically, so does this sphere of knowledge. But even then comes a little spot in the middle inside that bigger spot that is stuff that you've forgotten that you know. Typically, as an individual gains in wisdom or knowledge on a subject, the more they realize they do not know. Because so the Dunning-Kruger effect is the individual with just a very, very little knowledge that thinks they know everything. And so it's very common. Most people know somebody who apparently is part of their makeup or their
Right.
So
I got a novelty and Trini raid going on right here. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the live. And I got Belt Loop in the building, getting cross-examined.
I'm down
if you want to call it that. So I got Creativity Guides Me. I got Adventure Boss. I got Trini in the building.
Good to see you, Trini.
Yeah, Trini, welcome in. But yeah, it's go ahead.
I just want to say Marines and Army Mom's here too.
Yeah. She's been here. She's been listening in.
I just got in a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So, So going back to what we were saying earlier, we were talking about just confidence versus credentials, right? So you tend to find that people will listen to people with confidence a lot of the times, even though the person with the credentials might not be as outspoken, right? So you have somebody that reads a lot, right? But then you have the person that actually read a lot, has the degree, and actually did the job, right? So 3 levels of I would say confidence, or 3 levels of credentials. But yet the person that probably just read the book and never did it has more confidence and can regurgitate the information. You think confidence beats credentials?
I think that people tend to ask advice only when they have somebody who's going to give them the answer that they think they already know. People only want advice most of the time when they're going to agree with what they want to do.
Or want to hear.
That's right. I've got one friend of all the people I know. I can only think of one person who, when he asks advice, or if I give him advice, he's going to take it very seriously. His perspective is different than almost everybody's. Most people believes that'll never happen to me. His perspective is if it's going to happen to somebody, it's going to happen to me. So he has a tendency to at least listen. Now, that doesn't mean he's necessarily going to take my advice, but at least he'll give it more weight. And I guess it depends on what he's asking me about.
Right. because you remember, I know you remember back in the day when experience counted more than what you knew on paper, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, there are still like engineers out there that never went to college,
Mhm.
but they can essentially build the Hoover Dam out of their brains because they know they've done it, physically done it, you know.
Yeah.
And it goes back to saying, does hands-on experience make you more qualified than someone that's never, you know, as far as an expert goes, does it give you more qualification than someone that's never actually done the job?
Um, I would say I know you may be looking for yes and no questions.
No, no, I'm not looking for yes or no. It's just whatever your opinion is.
I think that the fellow that's hammering a nail don't necessarily know why you're putting two befores every 16 inches. So not necessarily. Um, I think that, if you're asking him a question of will this nail hold this board, yeah, he could answer that. But if it's a question of, uh, I don't seem to be a very good person to interview on stuff like this. I don't reckon, because I don't know that I can shut up long enough to think out uh, how to answer.
Oh no,
But
you're making sense because I know exactly what you're trying to say. You know, and that's actually Adventure Boss just kind of says that's how people used to get credentials through apprenticeship,
right,
right? So you find more people these days have their credential, or I would say their expertise through social media, right? So you have all these accesses to AI and now and everything. So if you were doubtful of who an expert was, it's probably even more doubtful now because anyone can basically go into any AI app and sound super smart.
that's true. Hey,
You
I
know?
where one guy was trying to get uh, Chat GPT to be his lawyer,
Oh,
which was,
really? In
yeah,
court,
in court.
he'll probably win.
Well, the judge made him get an actual lawyer.
Right.
The But anyhow, I don't know, Winstone. Um, it seems to me that experience can be a great teacher, but if you have the education along with the experience, that can be a good thing. But a lot of, somebody was talking, let's see, uh, Caesar was talking about experience means quite a lot in the UK, and then Adventure Boss X, college, wait a minute. Yes, because engineers don't always understand real life situations. I get that. You could take my father-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
and he could go through and build whatever in his when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have
A
a,
degree.
a degree, didn't have, but he understood what worked and what didn't work. And so I think that our minds, some people are more apt with mechanical aptitude. Some people have more mechanical aptitude than others. Um, so, but then again, if somebody sit there, and some people just can't do math.
I,
So
I was good at it, but I didn't like it.
now you sound like Eddie.
That's excuse me. That's the way I look at it. I never knew I was good at math until I joined the military and I became a surveyor in the military.
Oh wow.
And it's all math. It's all math, you know. And I realized I was good at it. I just didn't like it when I was growing up. You know, I was traumatized by my math teacher because I had this math teacher. He was one of those very super smart math guys.
Hmm.
And he used to always mix letters and numbers. And for me, it's like once you start mixing letters and numbers, I want no parts of it. You know?
Yeah. Well,
So
that you talk about like that a squared plus b squared e.
Oh yeah, like all that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's simple enough for some folks. I struggle with it a little bit, but that particular thing is the Pythagorean theorem, and that is how to find a right angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like squared is 9. 4 squared is what is that? 4, 8, 16,
Yeah. See.
16. And then, 16 and 9 is 25. Well, the opposing side should be 5, which is 5 squared, 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sip this while you go ahead. Keep going.
But, and people would ask, you always got somebody in the class that's going to ask, well, when will I ever use that? All right. But if you're ever building a deck out on, the back of your house, and you want to make sure it's square so that the boards run straight, and rather than run off at an angle, end up having to cut another board on the other end or two, then it would come in handy in that situation, because you'd measure out 3 feet, you measure out 4 feet, and the point between those 2 points will be 5 feet in theory if it's square. Actually,
right. See,
but
creativity says helpful for trusses.
yeah, it is.
Boring as hell for drywall or plumbing or banking. So it does have a place, right? It does have a place.
It has. You just have to have somebody draw the dots from A to B.
Right.
A, B, C, D, E. So
No, that's interesting. It's. I think creativity said it earlier in the chat about, she said her granddad could build stuff that grandpa used to build bridges. No safety stuff could write, and it was just one of those things where I said it in your head. And do you consider that? Would you consider your creativity? Would you consider your grandpa an expert? Right. Most people probably would. Hi Fluffy, welcome in. I we were just talking about it. I was talking about it with Rez before he came down from the live. Was that expertise used to be about experience, right?
mhm.
It used to be about the age of a person, where from the community aspect of it, if you're going to take advice or expert advice, as we call it, it would be from someone that was of an older age, right? Doesn't mean they were right, but it was more about the respect of that person. So it was life experience, right? So you say, okay, this person's old enough to probably give me some decent advice, or probably know what they're talking about, but it doesn't necessarily make them an expert.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way that whole this new I would say new social media world that we live in now has actually changed that concept, because like we said, anybody now can be an expert. I can essentially sit here and get a teleprompter up on StreamYard and just go word for word as I'm doing right now.
You using a teleprompter?
No. I do have one though. Actually, StreamYard has one. Did you know that?
I hadn't seen it. I don't use StreamYard anymore.
Okay.
We
So StreamYard has this teleprompter. What do you call it here? Actually use it to keep up track of my questions. But in the notes section, you can actually click on the notes and you put your notes in there, and it just keeps you on track. It actually shows it right in front of the screen on the chat.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's my notes. I guess it's a teleprompter if you want to call it that, but it's just my notes, so I can keep on track with the questions that I put down for just for this conversation. Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Hey, you high tech, man.
I,
You
I don't know. I feel like you're more of an expert than me on this thing because I'm telling everybody like, look, if you want to learn some stuff about YouTube, you need to go over to Belt Loops channel. You
well,
know.
hey, most everything I know on a lot of this stuff is primarily because of Eddie. You know, Devil Dog.
Devil Dog, yeah.
He keeps up with it, and in fact, it's sad because he has this tech talk he does every month. The first of Saturday of a month,
Mm-hmm.
he and Ralph over at Webb's Web go through and they do tech talk, and it's
Mm-hmm.
talking about things like StreamYard, OBS, using DaVinci Resolve, and all these programs, and how to work them. Well,
Okay.
I'll be there, but I ain't listening to none of that. If it ain't something I want to do or I haven't
Right.
already an
Right.
idea, I will learn what I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of saying I like to deep dive into things too myself. Like again, I'll never claim to be an expert at anything. Like I said, my whole role is I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. so I like to learn a whole lot of different things. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not limited to one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think it all interrelates anyway. So it's good to just I love to learn. That's for one
Okay.
thing. So any new thing that comes across, I'll try to learn. And if there's something that I'm interested in, that I really kind of deep dive into that, you know.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. We got Patrice in the building. Oh, Juba's in the building. Welcome, brother. I haven't seen Juba in forever, man. Good to see you. Welcome back in, Juba.
I have to see.
Desert tell you the same thing.
I'll
Let's
have to
see.
see if I can find Juba so I can connect with Juba.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't seen Juba in forever, man.
He
He
must
he
be
well,
in the
he was in the part of Jamaica that got hit really bad with the hurricane.
okay.
Um so they're just now still getting back all their power and stuff like that. So it's great to see you, Juba. Welcome back in, my brother. Yeah. So Desert says a teleprompter is the best way to keep your life professional. Yeah, and it's funny you say that, Desert, because I actually bought like a teleprompter that you can use with an iPad, and I found that it was great to keep me on track. But like as far as like looking into this, well, it does two good things. It keeps you on track with like keeping your eyes looking towards the camera when you're filming, because I had this bad habit of looking up in the air like I was looking for help from Jesus. So it's good for that, but I only use it now just to kind of keep me on track with my cooking. Like I have my recipe on it, and I'm able to follow even though I really don't use a recipe, but it's a good guide. So okay, so you say you think it's on the vertical live? Okay,
Well, I think he's on the vertical, not the horizontal. I
okay.
I don't do a lot of the vertical stuff. I like a wider. Maybe I'm just old and
No,
used to
I'm the same way.
but I understand totally what you're talking about, taking a deep dive into things. Um, I have gone through, and anytime I become interested in something, you know, I can't help but focus on it. It's like this YouTube thing, and I guess live streaming, because just about all that I do these days, if I'm not at work, and even while I'm at work, sometimes I'm in a live stream. So uh, I don't watch videos. I don't, not really. Occasionally, one or two.
That's my cousin Kamal in the building. He's a firefighter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Bless up, cuz.
Well, not all heroes wear capes.
That's right. That's
So
right. So is there something that you always wanted to be an expert at? I have an answer, but I'll ask you first.
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. The truth is, I have everything that I want. Um, I have I love my family. I love my friends. I've got the best wife out there. I understand you may think you do, but
Oh,
mine's
I
perfect.
know I do. I know I do.
But I've actually got the perfect wife, and so at least she's perfect for me. And so um, I don't know how I could be more fulfilled by maybe if there were I had maybe two of me, so I could spend more time doing some things. Maybe not being scatterbrained.
What would that other thing be though? So if you had a second you, so you got
Well,
a perfect life, the perfect wife, what would the other you be doing?
if I well, I'll be honest with you that what came to mind, although I'm sure there are other applications, but
Hmm.
what came to mind is just so I could go through and be in more lives at one time, so I could help more folks with their watch hours, I guess. But I play, people's playlists on. I've got a couple monitors here, and
Hmm.
so I'll go through and I'll have some people playing. I got two folks playing right now, Chef Seavey and Simon over at Yes I Can Barbecue. I've got Red's room while he's live over here. And I got you. Although I can't see yours because I used yours for the link to come up here. But I do join into your live stream when I see you live.
Oh, I appreciate always when you stop by because you always drop some nuggets. You know, you're
Well,
you're trending right now.
thank you.
You're trending. But yeah, for me, it's always been about helping people. Like I guess it's built into my DNA. You know, having my dad was a firefighter too. My mom was a teacher and a nurse. You know, so it was almost like I don't know. I was built this way. I've always liked to share knowledge. Even when I was in the military, every every aspect of me learning to get to where I got to, I shared. I always shared. Like everyone asked me, it's like, how did you get? If somebody was asking, how did you get to where you got to? And I would share that information. Yeah, I was never one to like hoard information. I've always, it's that next one up. Each one help one kind of thing. Um, so I don't know if you can ever be an expert at that, but it was just something that I always wanted to have the opportunity to just help as many people as I can.
I
So and it's within. I still try to do it, but it's within my means, of course, right?
Sure, and that's a hey I don't you can't probably can't see it, but I've got chill bumps on my arm right now because I'm right there with you, brother. In fact, there's a quote that if you don't mind me sharing,
Of
uh,
course, of course
is
not.
Zig Ziglar. He's from Mississippi. Yazoo City, I think. But he said you can have everything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want. And and if you look at the good book says, let's see, I kind of went off the deep path there for a second. The good it talks about how doing to others you have them doing to you. Was that the relevant one? No, I don't know. Um, it
Do
does
one,
talk
do unto,
about.
do unto others before they do unto you.
I think you have to know a person's character, you know,
Hmm.
before you can assume that they're going to do anything. But uh, and I think that I try to imagine everybody. Oh, I know what I was, and it wasn't even necessarily about that, but I think you have to know a person's character before you can go through and automatically assume that they're going to try to do something to you before you do something to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, my own personal way of looking at that is I'm always going to try to help other folks if I can. Hopefully, they will appreciate it, but sometimes they won't. And
Mm-hmm.
some people just take it, and some people just use, and that's okay. That's their nature. Um, but I think that if you think about it, you usually feel most people feel better when they are helping other people. At least I like to think so. And part of that is because if you try to help somebody else, you know, get where you are, then it adds value, I think, to yourself, but also um, it creates a maybe a bond or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old saying, which I don't know, it may be Confucius or somebody. I don't know who it is. But,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a saying that I was sad because I had no shoes until I met the man who had no feet.
There you go.
And so if you see somebody else, I mean, not everybody's as strong as everybody else in different areas. But if you've got a unit that you're trying to work with, you're only as strong as the weakest link. And if you can make that weakest link stronger, you've made the whole team stronger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's in life there's nothing we can individually accomplish by ourselves. You know, yes, you have to put the effort in, but somewhere along the way you're going to need a hand up, or a hand down, or a hand across, or whatever direction you're going at that time. You know, and we get into this mindset that we can do it all ourselves, and we can't. I always say there's 1 degree of separation between all of us. And I have proven that so many times, where you meet someone and just by chance they know somebody you know they always say, the phrase is usually 3 degrees of separation, but I believe it's 1 degree of separation. you know that we're one person away from knowing each other. you know and you never know until you come across that one person. you know so I got DS family in the building. Blessings, brother. Welcome in. Yeah, so it's so let me go on to my last kind of question. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and I'm really getting this thing down to about a good under 2 hours. So I'm doing really good with these lives. We used to go like 4 or 5 hours, just people going off the rails. It was wild,
I
but
understand. I went
we
4 hours and a half out today.
that's so it's great. I mean, and like I said, for everyone that's new to the live, I know we got a raid earlier, and a lot of people didn't get my in brief. Fire for that. I know what Trini gonna say, but my introduction to the Tiki Bar. So it's every Saturday night, 6 p.m. if I'm available. So I will definitely let you know when I'm not available, but it's usually every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The goal is to have a spirited conversation. We don't have to agree, but we have an understanding of each other's opinions, right? And we respect each other's opinions. And anyone at any given time, you don't have to be a content creator. J Bud, blessings. You can come up on the platform and join the conversation, or you can leave your comments in the chat. But it's all about just having a spirited conversation, regardless of what it is, and having a good time at the same time. It's a bar. You're supposed to have fun at the same time. So don't feel bad if somebody pokes fun at you, because it's all love. All right. And when you're in the Tiki Bar, you're free to connect with anyone else, as long as you're respectable. I will give you. Um, oh, I got Bill Reddick in the house too. Oh man, what's going on? It's the late night crew. Then again, it's only 7:30, right? But yeah, that's what it's all about. And tonight we're discussing. If you see it across the screen, we're talking about experts. You know, everybody, how everybody's an expert now, and anyone and everyone can come up on, you know, a platform and say, yeah, I'm an expert. You know, and it's credentials over influence, right? So these days, more there's a lot more information out there, so anyone can go online and then, well, go online and then come online and regurgitate the same information and claim to be an expert. Or there's the people that have the experience by age and job knowledge, and we say, okay, this person is an expert, or is that person an expert? And earlier we discussed, is anyone really an expert, you know, when it comes down to it, right? Because you never stop learning, you know, you never stop gaining experience unless you just stop, unless you just don't want to learn anything else. You know, so I think it's did I freeze? Am I still here? You can still hear me, right?
I can hear you. What were you
Okay.
saying?
Okay, I was just
I was
making sure I didn't freeze.
sorry, I was just listening.
Kamal says, I'm an expert at not knowing anything. I'll have a book coming out soon. That's you right there. That loop. That's you right there. You're like, I got a channel that's about absolutely nothing. You know,
I,
I'm an expert at that.
Guilty.
Hi, Emily. Welcome in. Emily's in the building.
Oh, I do have a book written.
Do
Uh,
you?
I do. Although it's not published or anything, I'm thinking about publishing it. But believe it or not, I'm thinking about shoving it through one of those AI things and
And
finishing. Tell it to create so many pages along the same line of some selected chapters or whatever. That's the Trophy Husband Handbook.
okay. Is that the is that the pose you have on the book? Do that again. I, I can see
So
the Trophy Husband Handbook. You know, I'm not. I think I read that book because, you know, I always tell Lynn she won the lottery when she got me. So, you know,
there we go.
she's upstairs. I'm waiting for
Hey,
her to type in the chat like, no, you didn't.
you know, hey, my wife not only won the lottery, she pulled the brass ring and found the golden ticket all at the same.
Woo!
Woo!
She got the keys to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
That's right. So, hey, she got lucky, but I got lucky too. I ain't gonna lie.
Martel, welcome in, bro. No, it's it's interesting, man. I tell you what, sometimes, so for those of y'all don't know, at the Tiki bar, the conversation can change at any time. So don't feel like we're distracted. It's, if you've ever been to a bar, I know there's a lot of people that probably don't drink and never been to a bar before, but sometimes we go a little bit off the rails because, you know, that's what's supposed to happen at a bar. You're having a good time. See what Lynn said? Lynn said we're out of control. She said both of you are out of control.
We're just having fun.
Oh my God, I'm dying over here. My eyes watering. But yeah, Lynn's the expert. Lynn's the expert. I just play one on TV. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, so creativity says the drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I probably ought to have a drink. I do have a
Well,
Bucky's cup.
I mean, oh, dude. See, there you go. You starting problems right there. That's the best. That's the best thing ever created by man, right there.
I do love
Bucky's.
Bucky's. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I'll ask you this question. I mean, what advice would you give to anyone that says they're an expert at anything? Just in
Well,
general.
as soon as I hear them say they're an expert, I'm automatically going to deduct a little bit, until I find out more about what they have to say and where the credentials, where that information comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Often, I mean, if you think about it, the doctors of their day used to think that, bloodletting was good because you had too much blood in you. The it it just seems to me that we're always learning things, and the more we are in an age where you're supposed to be able to figure anything out, but yet you go to and ask the AI thing, and it gives you stuff is wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But I
Just
mean, you probably won't even know until you leave or unless you have your phone on and you're fact checking them as they're speaking, which you probably won't be doing. But I mean, for me is I feel like someone that has expertise in something are not ego driven, for the most part. I mean, there are some like that out there that think they're experts. I feel like the true experts are not ones that are ego driven, you know. So it's kind of like we were talking about our grandparents, right? They never gave us advice based on their egos. They gave us advice based on what they've been through and what they know, right? And they're like, hey, yeah, you might not want to do that, you know, because it's not going to turn out right. And of course, what they say, hard head make a soft, you know, what, So you're going to learn either way, you know. In modern terms, they call that a FAFO moment, I'm glad they came up with that phrase, the FAFO moment.
I'm very familiar with it.
So I mean, I feel like people that have experience are very humble and they're willing to give you the information for you to make an informed decision, right? So they're not saying this is the end all be all or this is the only way you can do it. They're saying, here's one way, there might be another way, but I'm telling you, I'm giving you advice on something that's already works, right?
Yeah,
Until it doesn't work anymore. So
that's that's true.
I mean, and you can only FAFO if you want to,
Well, it just looking back at one of the questions that you asked, would you tell them or just hold your tongue? Uh, I don't know. That's a hard question. Are they willing to accept advice? I'm sorry, I'm rehashing things.
Mm-hmm.
My head goes in circles. Um, my brain does. The If you cared about them, seems like you'd want to give them your opinion.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, though, they're going to have to make the decisions on their own, which is, you know, and I hate, nobody if you cared about them, nobody wants to say I told you so, but that happens from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it depends on whether or not you care about the person that you're dealing with. And most folks sounds like you care about a lot of folks, trying to do the right thing by them. Um, I don't know. I think you have to tell them.
Yeah, no, and I see Oliver's in the building. Bless up, Sir Oliver. Welcome. Um, no, and you kind of brought that question back. We were talking about whether you hold your tongue or you actually tell the person. Me personally, I've always been one to, I would say, not hold back my opinion, right?
Mhm.
But I do it in the kindest way.
Yeah.
But then as I've gotten older, I find myself more open to not caring about how you feel, because especially if it's something that's detrimental to you, that I'm letting you know it's detrimental to you. because as they say, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink, right? And
That's
I have learned over time, no matter how much advice you give to people, you can't let them do what they don't want to do. You know, I've been through, yes, blessings, brother. Um, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, I have found that I've been through situations in the military where I have done everything I could within my means to help someone. And at the end of the day, that person did not pretty much reverted back to everything that I tried to help them with, you know. And it really kind of hit me hard because at the time I was like, everything I don't do anything for the accolades or nothing like that. I do everything I do from my heart especially when it comes to people.
yeah,
And the fact that that person just kind of ignored every kind of help that I tried to give and so for all the support and everything that we provided from a military perspective and from a personal perspective, because that person was kind of personal to me too. And to see that person go right back to everything that we were trying to get them away from that caused all the trauma and all this stuff to that person. And that's where I learned. I was like, wow, doesn't matter what it doesn't stop you from helping that person, but it also shows you that people will accept the help if they really want the help. And you can't force them to do what they don't want to do, you know?
right. I totally get what you're saying. And another way of saying that about the horse leading the horse to water, my daddy always said a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And the fact is, you do because you see. Oftentimes, I think you can see where people are headed,
Hmm.
but oftentimes
Oh
they
yeah,
only
yeah, yeah,
ask for
yeah.
advice, and you can agree
And
with what
again,
they
like
already
you
want.
said, they sometimes people just, as you said before, sometimes people just don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people just don't want to hear the truth. The truth hurts. You know, so if somebody claims to be an expert and you're like, no, that's not right, they probably get their feelings hurt. But at the end of the day, it's I think it's appropriate to, if you know better, to let that person know that the information that you're putting out is not correct. You know,
I'm gonna hop down.
because especially if it's going to hurt somebody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. I got Juba in the building.
Good to meet
Juba,
you.
can you hear me?
Wagwan, my brother.
All right, Jerry.
Wagwan, good night, everyone. Good night, good night. God bless you.
You're muted, Juba. Your sound is muted. I can't hear you. So Bet Loop is stepped out the building. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Okay,
always checking in on the live at the Tiki Bar. Let me see what
you can
Kamal
hear
say.
me now?
Juba, turn on your sound. If you meet someone that's an expert and they are easily insulted, they automatically
You're not,
lose points.
you're
You
not
can only
hearing
become an
me.
expert by listening and reading to learn, and learning takes humility. 100%.
My
100%,
mic,
cuz.
my mic is on.
100%.
You're not hearing me.
100%. And that's the thing. Humility being the key word, right? Because remember, I was just saying it earlier that most people that you would consider, or the average person would consider an
Hello, good
expert in
night,
their
good night,
field,
good night,
are generally somebody that's has a lot of
good night.
humility, right? They're not doing it because of the accolades that they get from it. They're just trying to spread information and knowledge, So you find people that are that I would consider experts in their field are generally one very welcoming to share the information that they know. They don't they don't hoard the information, and they're very generous in passing on that information to somebody else. So I got Adventure Boss in the building. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Who did I miss? So I got Cuz in the building. I got Creativity in the building. I got Emily. I'm actually using my iPad, Emily. So, and I just got a new iPad and I updated it, and yeah, there's all kind of crazy stuff going on. Plus, I got a storm going on, and then, well, a snowstorm on the way, and then Miss TT always abridge my Wi-Fi, so yeah, he's not on there anymore. Yeah, I couldn't hear him. Yeah. So we've been having technical difficulties with this storm that's coming through. Lynn didn't come down and say hi. She just, you know, came to beat me up. Y'all ain't seen her all night. She been in the bushes. Lynn's been in the bushes, but look, she's coming down, coming to say hi. But no, look, I'm at about the last 10 minutes of this or 9 minutes of this live because I'm trying to keep it to a minimum of 2 hours. See, Lynn's in the building. Hello. She just came down to say hi, and then she's gone, like she does with the sample plate. Stop it. Like she always does with the sample plate. She'll come down, take the food, and roll out. Excuse me. But look, it has been Juba. Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on tonight. Season said hi. Oh, you have an iPad too? Yeah. I mean, I think it has to do with the this weather that we're dealing with right now. Yeah, yeah. Lynn took my food and ran. Emily, I was up in New York yesterday. Yeah, you didn't catch my live. I was up, but I was in Brooklyn. Yeah, I was just passing through, bro. I couldn't hit nobody up. I just like in and out last night. So don't tell nobody else. You're the only one that knows, unless they watch the video. So what you say? I get it. Food is the best thing in the world. It is. It is. Food bring people together, right? As a culture. No, it's not getting. Actually, that's the reason why I got to cut it off at like in like 2 hours because I got to go pour some salt on the wound outside, which is called the driveway. So it's supposed to start snowing at midnight tonight, and it will. I don't know how much we're looking at. Like a couple feet of snow is what they're saying. So we'll see how it goes. Usually when the experts, it's kind of funny, the experts, the weathermen, you know, are saying we're getting so many feet of snow, and then wake up tomorrow morning, not even an icicle, not even a popsicle out in the yard. But that's what I'm hoping happens. So Adventure Boss says, let's see. Polar vortex from Canada. Big snow coming from USA. Mad thing just now. Look, on can keep on a polar vortex up in a void there, On can keep that. We don't want that. Fire for that. So, yeah, creativity. Trust me, weathermen. This is kind of a great ending to the live because we got about 5 more minutes. But weathermen are the worst experts out there, right? They give the should I say the best advice or the worst advice? I don't know. I don't know if it's the best advice or the worst advice, right? But they give advice, right? And they're supposed to be the ones. If anybody's supposed to be right, is the weather person. Weatherman, weather woman, weather person. Whether them right or whether them wrong. you know. So, but the weather people, them. if anybody's going to be an expert, so Emmy, you said weathermen are never correct. Are the weather women correct? Because I feel like they're all in the same field, you know. So I don't feel like you get, you know, you get the weather thing that says tomorrow it's going to be nice and sunny, and you get like 10 feet of snow, and then it's always vice versa, the opposite, right? So do we trust these people? Do we trust the weather people to be experts at their jobs? Personally, no, I don't. So, but I'm not gonna not plan for it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, you know. So you can listen to the weatherman, or you can have an FAFO moment. All right. So we're I'm glad somebody created that phrase because we could keep it PG here, you know. So you can either listen to the experts or you're gonna end up having a FAFO moment. So for anybody in the chat that does not know what a FAFO moment is, go to your phone. Do not put it in the chat. Go to your phones, type in FAFO, and if you don't know, now you know. All right? Summer family. With that being said, hey, I want to thank everyone that came up on the panel tonight. Jerry, um, Beltloop, always showing up, touching in. Red's room, as usual, always touching in. And like I said, this is for everybody. This is you don't have to be a content creator. You just want to come up on the live and join the conversation. I always appreciate the comments as well. So that's what makes this what it is. We're continuing to grow this channel. We want people to be more engaging, and at the end of the day, I hope everybody had fun with the conversation. I hope you connected with somebody that you haven't connected with before, and just keep this thing growing, man. It's great to, we might not be here in person talking to each other, which we probably have a FAFO moment based on some of these conversations, but it's good to have a spirited conversation with respect to each other's opinions, yeah. And that's the thing, it's very hard to keep up with the chat, and the technical difficulties and everything else that comes with it. But just like life, we have technical difficulties in life too, right? You can plan all you want, it's not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. But you know what you do? You adapt and you overcome. All right? So with that being said, thank you guys for checking into the Tiki Bar. At some point next week, depending on the weather, the weather not stop me from cook still. All right, you see I'm transferring from one to the other. I got my professional, and then me have my yard style, so you never know which one you're gonna get. So depending on the FAFO situation, you never know what you're gonna get. Only thing you know you're gonna get is good food. All right. So I got one more cook left in my African tour, and it's gonna be fire. Okay, we're taking it back to the roots. All right. So what I want you guys to do for me, I'm still on the fence on what I'm gonna do for February for my food fusion. All right. So let me know which country I should go to next for my next Jamaican infusion food. So when you leave here, go into the chat, all right, and leave me a comment on what you think my next country. It could be an individual country, or it could be a region. All right. So Europe, I'm finishing up Africa right now. I had to start with the motherland. All right. So my next food infusion, because I'm infusing Jamaican food with everything. All right. So, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, so do we get samples? Of course. You never been to sample time? Come on, you already know. Hey, for my viewers and subscribers, make creativity no say sample times. You have to be there for sample time. If you haven't been trained yet, go to the channel, go watch the videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. And make sure you eat. Make sure you eat before you come over here. All right. So I'm right at 2 hours. Perfect. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. You guys are who make this channel what it is. I enjoy just your company. All right. So I will see you sometime in the week when I finish. And don't forget, go back over into the chat when this thing is done. Leave a comment on where you want me to go next for my next food infusion. All right? On a promise. All right? Pinky promise. So, which one is the pinky? But until next week, cheers, my family. And thanks for joining us at the Tiki Bar. Good night. And with that, I'm going to play you some music so we can roll up out of here. There you go. Bingo.
Lin, win, Stone, you're mad for this one.
Good night, my family.
Welcome to the Tiki Bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I that me say, pure good vibes as soon as I reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 AM sharp, no one got belly. Every Saturday, girl, them bring the jelly. Sing out, Tiki, 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 Tiki. As you arrive, respect each other. Step up to the bar, we are sister and brother. Nobody bring no bad mind thing in our convo. I deal with in the big and show free admission, don't be late. Open door policy, no apology. Winstone and Lynn, your friendly bartender. Real people here, no pretenders. Nights with friends, no hidden agendas. We talk the things, the red spot the things, them. Make we laugh, joke, cry if we have to. Big people things, turn up if we have to.
Oh, you mean the brown dog plate? Only my dog plate.
Welcome to the Tiki Bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I got me say, your good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 PM sharp, no one no belly. Every Saturday a gal and bring the jelly. Sing out, Tiki, 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 Tiki Bar. Sing again.
Take you later. All right, family. I will see you guys later.